Welcome to Chunks. Let's choose your chunks.
Chief? Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind-resistant. I do. I write them on napkins you get from the eateries, and I use sauce packets for ink. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty damn close. That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate. Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
I'd be making a fortune.
If we want to find a place to stay while we're here, I've heard that the Hotel Voli is top-notch.
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself, but make it a fast one. What is it? Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.
Venus?
We don't ask too many questions.
Did you see?
But the Red Mile is not for the weak and faint of heart. Do you fully understand that by participating in a run, there is risk to life and limb?
Hit of a creature that was basically made of.
Good. And are you able to confirm that you are of sound mind, not under the influence of any substances, and not under any form of coercion? Very well, then. Step aside and we'll announce your run. After the introduction, you'll want to head down the elevator. Then, you're on your own. Use whatever tools necessary to survive. Run to the beacon and activate it. Then make it back here for your prize. Good luck, runner.
Go ahead. Start some trouble. Give me an excuse to hear me.
May runs a tidy establishment. Let's keep
Valued patrons and honored guests, your attention please. I have an exciting announcement. This brave contestant has come to run the infamous Red Mile for your entertainment and gambling pleasure. It's anyone's guess if our esteemed runner can pull off another victory today. So consider the odds when placing your bets. You'll have until our contestant reaches the starting line to finalize your lead. And let the running of the Red Mile commence!
You would have must have been in the Red Mile. Congratulations on another successful Red Mile run! Your accomplishments continue to make our guests a lot of credits. At least, those who make the right bets. Here is your prize. I hope to see you return again.
To be back on board.
Vital materials to sustain the mission. Transmitting coordinates on Corinthians 3. End of message. Human of unknown origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart. Acknowledging receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived. We see no one, ever. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it portends. The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should talk with him. Crucible is a tinderbox, and any spark will set it off. We're still recovering from a deadly conflict that happened 3 years ago. Far fewer of us are here to greet you today because of it. Give it time, and I'm sure the others will come out. For curiosity's sake, if nothing else.
This place... there's something about it that simply doesn't make sense. We should proceed with caution.
When your ship landed, I feared the robots would shoot you on sight. I am greatly relieved that they let you enter our community. But you come during a delicate time. Everyone will seek to use your arrival to further their own ends. Where to begin? maybe an introduction? I am Franklin Delano Roosevelt, leader of the Pragmatist Society. I was named after an American president. In a sense, I am him. Everyone that lives here are clones. Some of us are clones of the greatest figures of history, and others, well, we don't rightly know.
When we die, and some of us die quite often, we are brought back.
I cannot imagine how strange this must sound to an outsider.
This is astonishing. It's like walking through some type of living museum of Earth's history.
I could see how confusing this may be, even frustrating. But if it's any consolation, many of us feel the same, and we live here. After decades, centuries, of trying to figure it out ourselves, there is so very much we don't know either. The robots clone us for a reason, their so-called mission. But what that is, and what we should do about it, is something the societies disagree about. Sometimes violently. It's best you meet with the other societies, and after, I promise I'll explain the pragmatists' position on matters. Well, it is one of the few concrete things we know about Crucible. If you want to truly know about the mission, the believers will tell you all about it. In fact, it can be hard to get them to stop talking about it. After you meet with them, I'll share my position. Please do.
Word has been sent, so the street should be full again. There is more I would talk with you about, but I would not take advantage of your ignorance. Go speak with Amanirenas and Genghis Khan.
Welcome to town, stranger. Consider me part of the welcoming committee. The name's Wyatt Earp, and I'd be most pleased if you'd use one of the spare rooms during your stay. For a modest fee, of course. He was, and I try to be. I do the best I can to uphold the law, but the societies make that difficult. I expect I've had as much success restraining Genghis as the Chinese did. I do what I can. Roosevelt and I are both of the same mind on that. That's a generous offer. I might take you up on it. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. And by the by, I may have access to some essentials I've picked up over the years. Happy to sell them to you. The customer is always right. You're always welcome back.
I hope your arrival doesn't mean more violence.
The other societies make me sick. This is a prison. Plain and simple.
You don't get old on Crucible unless you're smart. FDR is the wisest of us.
You're the most exciting thing that's happened, well, ever. Change is coming. I can feel it.
Who cares what sick experiment Crucible was designed for? We need to escape.
You're the talk of Crucible.
I just wish the societies could get along. You can hear the howls at night. The defenses have to hold.
You actually came from space. The mission will succeed one day.
Stranger! Weapons out! They come! There will be blood! And the woman from the stars, come to see me. And you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I guess the world out there is not so different than here. Genghis Khan, a pleasure to meet you. My namesake, yes, a terrible, terrible person. But me, I'm really just a lowly prisoner, stuck on this pitiful planet. I am pleased that the dangers out here are of no concern to you. You cannot be fully human if you trap yourself behind walls. I would provide fresh meat for my society, so we don't get fat off the robots. Franklin and I see eye to eye on very little. But even he appreciates this. And I always hope to see some means of escape. Perhaps our luck has finally changed. The robots taught me many things any Mongol would know. So, hunting game, even such as this, is little challenge to me. So Franklin told you of us. Oh, that we're clones? Some of us think that makes us special. That the deeds of our namesakes are somehow ours. But that is blind arrogance. We are just people. Same as you. Same as anyone. I never really thought about that. Surprising indeed. But all this talk gets us nowhere. Too many of the others grovel at the feet of the damned robots, trying to play their roles in a broken game. The renegades will not submit, and one day, we will be free. A prison of the mind and the body. Crucible holds out a throne and says, "Obey, and it is yours." But thrones are meant to be taken, not handed to you by a machine. But it is a tantalizing lie that keeps the others in line. Were it that easy, I have died a dozen deaths trying to find a way out of Crucible. You get too far or disobey too much, then death. Crucible holds our lives in its hands. But now, the robots have made a grave mistake. You can go where none of us can. You hold our future in your hands, and all the societies know it. I sense fire in you. Good. You will need it. I propose this. The robots come from someplace far to the east. We call it the facility. A place none of us can get to. But with you, and your starship, it would be easy. Go there and break our shackles. Set us free.
I had hoped you would visit me. Good. Know that you stand before Queen Amanirinas of the Kush, queen of a dead kingdom on a dead world. But I earned my name, and even the sands of time cannot take it from me. You walk our land a few footsteps and think you know everything. If you don't believe me, know you are not alone. Some clones deride me behind my back. I know this, but I feel in my bones that I am a Manirinas for true. The great and the terrible, to those who would oppose me. I remember things no one has told me. Memories of faces, betrayers, lovers, allies, and enemies. And the smells. The right scent. And I close my eyes. And I can picture all of it. So vividly. It aches my heart. My home. My kingdom. You are brave to call me out openly. But that is something I can admire. It is enough to say, I am who I am. Once, I called upon mighty armies. However, on Crucible I still lead. Have you heard of the Believers? Have you heard of the mission? We are the ones who will take our rightful place in these settled systems, to bring in a new, glorious age, and break the endless cycles of oppression and greed. If we could do it ourselves, we would have, years ago. I do not care if you think my plan is insane. But what I want, what we want, is a chance to prove to the facility we are ready. When someone has achieved their potential, the facility is supposed to set us free among the stars. But the machines have been breaking more and more over the years, and no one has ever been deemed worthy. I need your help to properly fix the facility so that we can prove ourselves and claim our birthright. Then listen well, outsider. You must go to the facility. I imagine Genghis has already told you about it. All the society leaders know it's the key, but only an outsider can get there. Please, investigate it. See if it can be repaired. Then return to me so we can formulate a new plan.
In my darkest hours, I feared that we were all that was left of humanity. Your ship, she's a beauty. It travels the stars, right? Tell me, what's it like out there? Has anyone ever told you you're a poet? My name's Amelia Earhart. When I first woke up in this place, in my head, I knew all about my namesake, her life and her accomplishments. But I also knew how to fly a starship, reactor limits, thrust acceleration vectors and everything. In my mind's eye, I can imagine flying out there, touching heaven itself. And yet, cruelly, here I sit. Am I that transparent? Listen, I know you owe me nothing at all, but I would do anything to get off of here. I know the societies want who knows what from you for who knows why, and I don't want to get involved in any politics. I just want, for my single self, a chance to explore. You won't regret it. Thanks. Do you want to talk about anything else? No, I don't. I consider myself a most ardent admirer of hers. She feels like family. Distant family. I like to think we both share a kindred spirit of adventure, though. She broke so many barriers in her life. I would love the same opportunity one day. Goodbye, outsider.
I would kill for a new slate. Of anything at all. I just wish the societies could get along.
So, you have heard from the other societies. I must confess I'm very curious what an outsider thought of them, and their positions. You might be the first objectively neutral party we've ever come across. And you'd let Genghis go free. He's caused more misery in Crucible than any other 5 clones combined. Given a chance, I shudder to think what he'd do if he was let loose. The facility has gathered some of the most obstinate and dangerous personages throughout history. It has told them that they should lead in a golden age via whatever means they see appropriate. Setting us all loose and Parda as a whole would invite disaster. We are barely fit to lead ourselves. A tough but fair question. I must admit the case of Amelia Earhart sometimes keeps me up at night. 'Tis safer if the rule is strict, but if you wanted to make an exception or two, I could live with that. But no one from the other societies. They are all dangerous in their own way. Certainly. It is evident that the facility is decaying. It is both unsustainable and unwise for us to fix and maintain the status quo. Our community must be weaned off the machines, learn how to build, grow, and govern ourselves, allowed to raise families so we can pass our lessons to the next generation, and to die when our allotted time is finished. One day we will be worthy of going to the stars. We are just not there yet. Yes, and not to be indelicate, not for lack of trying. Are we even human in this state? We have no future, only the past. Please, I beg you, listen, look, and think. Who are these people, and what would they do? I hope, for all our sake, you will come to see the light.
Over here! Hey, we need to talk! Listen, it's not safe to talk here. It's about Roosevelt. There's something you need to know. Thank you. There's a, well, cave just outside town. No chance of us being listened in on. Please, come as quick as you can. Ideally, before you go to the facility. I'll meet you at the cave.
But if they all fail?
Renegades will use any.
You came. I just can't take a chance. These clones, they're psychotic, crazy. If they find out, I'm sorry. I just can't take the chance. You're just too smart. I'm not Wyatt Earp. I wish. God, how I wish I was. I was cloned off a monster. America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes.
This is unbelievable. Oh, you poor, poor man.
I don't want to do this. Any of this. If you go to the facility, I know you'd find out who I am. And if you let any of these bloodthirsty maniacs know, they'd kill me. But no, that wouldn't be the end. Every time my new clone would appear, death, torture, pure hell. I'm afraid it's you or me. I'm going to kill you. I really, really don't. Besides Ada and maybe Amelia. You're the nicest person I've met. But the other clones, they would tear me apart. Don't you see? They're the monsters. I just don't want to be tortured like that. Please, please forgive me. A few of the old-timers know I used to go by Bill Hickok. I mean, I had to make up a story. I always used to read the dime novels, and I figured I knew enough about Wild Bill and Wyatt to pull it off. I just had no way of knowing what my previous life had picked. So I played dumb. But Roosevelt, he's a crafty one. I just don't see a way out. I just am not sure. I don't want to die. I'm gonna trust you, okay? Just don't tell anyone. This never happened.
Only one point in Moira's patrol route to work from. That's how it goes sometimes.
adhere to the mission. Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered. No queries are being answered at this time. Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged. This unit is busy.
Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. It's all here. local fauna shelters. Judging from those life forms' nests, I'm certain this facility has been abandoned. We'll never know for certain, but this could be where the alien life forms first breached the facility. Life forms' nests, I'm certain this facility has been abandoned. This is definitely a lair of some sort. Careful you don't slip on any excrement. We'll never know for certain, but this could be where the alien life forms first reached the facility. Don't leave any of that behind.
Warning. Facility on lockdown. Security override code required to reboot system. Damage.
I picked up something you might be interested in. Good work with the bartender. Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. So long.
Hi.
Excuse me. We are all prisoners. Just not all of us can see the bars. Without fail and without mercy. If we go too far, our lives end. Even the most devout believer drops like a stone a little over a mile out. I know this because we have tried it. Many look at Crucible like it is holy or a potential utopia. But the renegades see it truly. It is hell, and it is our prison.
I'm not certain what's persuaded you to choose this terrifying solution, but mark my words, it's not going to end well.
Show me. Always this planet has its traps and tricks. The facility sounds even worse than here, if that's possible. So we need the security override code. But there is no such thing in Crucible. But this other ship, the Beagle, now that might have what we need. The renegades have all but torn Crucible apart, looking for any tool or way out. The security code is not here. Ada and her stargazing. She may be able to help. And she owes me a favor. I will radio her and tell her to help you. She will find the beagle for us. She must.
Yes?
I hear you share the secrets of the facility with someone else. Have a care, outsider.
So we did come from a spaceship. Of course we did. And there's another out there? What was the Beagle? Why did she and the Galathea part? But all of that in time. First, we must find her. She's not in this star system. I would have spotted her. I've studied the celestial bodies for years. No trace of a spaceship in orbit here or around the other planets. The radio telescope. It has a default position. It resets every morning. I always wondered, why point at Bell 5? Petty frustration I've dealt with for years. But perhaps the facility looks for her sister. Yes! Yes, it makes sense. I can send you the coordinates. The Bell Star system is not far. The facility communicates via a secure frequency. When you arrive, tune into that.
Where to next?
to come on. Over, just pop on by.
I wonder how many poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Newman.
Need some work done? Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buy. Okay, no problem.
I was a rover and a rambler. I lived my life in sin. There was no number high enough to count the troubles I was in. I filled neon nights with women. By day I risked my skin. There was no gamble bad enough to think I would never win. But I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. And go back home again. Always happy to meet a stranger. Hope my singing was to your liking. That's the way of it, isn't it? Space travel for many is a solitary and, frankly, boring pursuit. Sprinkled with a dollop of oh shit moments. Afraid my ship's got the next jump plotted in, so I'm away. Fair travels.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
It's a bit balmy here, wouldn't you say?
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
This is a surprisingly large amount of robot pods for a single vessel.
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
We should stick to the main plaza, unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
Hey, what can I do for you? Anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem. I'm sure you can find something you like.
This is Genghis Khan. Know that there are urgent matters on Crucible. If you could see me, I would be grateful.
The other societies make me sick. This is a prison, plain and simple.
Good, you have come. Amanurinus has sent an ultimatum. Either we meet and resolve things, or she will attack the renegades. Franklin may be allied with her as well. This talk requires your presence. We are meeting them under truce, which means no bloodshed, no matter how disrespectful they may be. But after we meet, come what may.
Genghis. Outsider.
Speak your mind.
The outsider has been to the facility. She holds the fate of Crucible in her hands. We cannot allow the renegades to leave here and embark on who knows what terror they have in mind. I give you one last chance. Renounce him, and pledge to support the mission. If you support me, instead of this brute, Roosevelt will stand down too. Then the streets will run red.
And Roosevelt, you are not one to start a battle. Always you prattle about peace between us. Where is your peace now? Or is it just honeyed lies you spread for your own purposes?
To you, this isn't just about escaping. You would destroy Crucible too, wouldn't you?
I would free all of you from this prison if I could. And the cleanest way to do so is tear it all down.
Then you cannot be allowed to succeed. There's nothing left to say. If Genghis were willing, under those conditions, I would not take up arms against you.
You would seriously stay here? In this prison, Roosevelt?
This is our home, and if we're allowed, we can make it a worthy place to live.
Then, I swear, I will leave Crucible in your care.
Then the pragmatist will not stand in your way.
I am done with all this negotiating. Prepare yourself, Genghis. The fates will not be kind to you.
It is finally done. All the sly maneuvers and spying on each other. Now all of our dreams are out in the open. We just need to fight to make them real. But right now, they so very much want to kill you. This is self-defense, really. Take out the leaders, and the rest will cave.
See if they've got any weapons or ammo.